What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some more lovely new cards from BT8 that we need to be taking a little bit of a look at. So we're going to. Shout out to the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming for providing our translations. If you follow this channel for Digimon content, by now you will know we are rather gigantic fans of the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming. They are, well, to put it bluntly, they're a bit of a help. We got ourselves a couple of level 3s to talk about here and a couple of dual color Digimon. So let's start off with a lovely level 3. Let's start off talking about Hawkmon. Now, Hawkmon here, it's a standard level 3. Free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2000 power, nothing strange here. However, it can Digivolve from either red or yellow, so we got a nice bit of dual colorness going on here. It's not a dual color Digimon, but it does have that option for Digivolving. And it's got a rather lovely skill. When you play it, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a dual-coloured card with red among them to your hand, and return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order that you like. Well, as luck would have it, just the other day, I showed you a bunch of them in a video. I showed you Sylphimon, I showed you Shurimon, I showed you Flamedramon. So you know what? There are a bunch of options, and let's face it, this is one of those situations where there's only going to be more in the future. Like, there's not going to be fewer. I suppose a bunch of them could get banned, but that is, shall we say, really ridiculously unlikely. What's going to happen is, over time, more dual-color cards that are partly red are going to be revealed, and in fact, we do have another one we're going to be talking about later in this video. Was revealed too late to go in the previous video. I'm sorry. But the point is, if you're playing any kind of deck with any of them in, this is clearly a wonderful, wonderful thing. And if you're not, then don't get me wrong, you're absolutely not going to want to play this. But if you are playing the kind of deck that can, if you're playing a dual-colored deck which has got some red dual-colored Digimon in, this is clearly a phenomenal card that is going to really, really help. Again, the more dual-color red you play, the more likely this is to hit, etc. But honestly, this is just a cool card, and it's one we all should, at least in the right deck, be getting a little bit excited about. Now, Terimon is coming in here, and what we've got is the same kind of thing. Free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2000 power, nothing out of the ordinary here. But we've got ourselves a lovely skill. When you play, you may reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, and add a Digimon with Gargamon or Rapidmon in its name among them to your hand, and return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order you like. Well, obviously, we've seen this before. And this is good. Now look, it really depends on what you're playing. Now, like a lot of you, I'm imagining, I have had more than a little bit of fun playing around with the Mega Gargamon that for us came around in Booster 1.5. It was in BT3 over in Japan. And obviously you've got Evolution. Although to be fair, even when I'm playing Mega Gargamon, I don't tend to play Rapidmon because Green's got better options. I don't want to sound mean here. And it's not that Rapidmon's bad. Rapidmon's fine. But I just end up going a different way. Going in a different direction is the, what I've been told in the past when I've missed out on jobs. Boo, etc. My point is, if you're playing these kind of Digimon, it's clearly brilliant. And look, if you're not playing these kind of Digimon, like I always say, it's fine. Just ignore them. The fact of the matter is, I don't know if we've got the right stuff at the moment. Not to be rude, but in terms of your Mega Gargamon, we've only got the one. We've then got the Gargamon from BT3 and the Rapidmon, and that's it. As it stands at the moment, with the cards that have currently been revealed and released in the Digimon card game, it's the 3 of them. Although, incidentally, Gargamon I have played a bunch because it's a 1 cost to Digivolve, level 4 with a nice inheritable skill, so yeah, that one I've played in a bunch of decks. But my point is, it doesn't really matter. Because does anybody watching this video right now actually believe that this set isn't going to contain a Rapidmon Gargamon line? Of course it is. So I think with this one, we need to just hang fire for a moment, because I think over time, this is going to become a lot better and a lot more relevant, because as it stands, no. Even though some of them we've seen do see some play, I don't think as a whole they're really good enough to warrant playing something like this, but because it's not going to be a good deck. Sorry if that sounds mean, but from everything we've seen at the moment, it's not going to be a good deck. However, in the future, yeah. And the future could be like in this set. Could be that gosh darn quickly. Cool. So moving on, I did tell you we had a dual type that included red. That was unfortunately just a little bit late to put in the previous video. Well, we've got it here, and it is Hawkmon. Now here what we've got is a 5 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 5,000 power. Do not like the 3 cost to Digivolve. It's not good enough. Makes me sad. No. Boo. Etc. But the good news is, and we've seen things like this before, unfortunately, and it seems to be a little bit of a theme in this particular set, because you can evolve it for a 2 cost just so long as you evolve it from Hawkmon. And it has to be from Hawkmon, it cannot be from anybody else. But the good news is, like the others we've seen along these lines, oh look, it's got Armor Release. Armor Release, for those of you that may have forgotten, is that rather phenomenal new skill, whereby if the Digimon would be deleted, you have the option to trash the top card, in this case your level 4, and then you go down to your level 3, but you don't get deleted. And then, of course, you can Digivolve up again and life is good. It's something we tend to see. It's a real theme in Digimon in this particular set. They're too expensive to Digivolve, but you can lower it down to a reasonable cost with Digivolving from a particular Digimon. And although it's a bit of a jumping through hoop, it turns out that actually you've got Armor Release, and because you've got Armor Release, it is absolutely, totally, 100% worth it. Which is rather lovely. And there is another skill here as well, as there tends to be. When you are attacking, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. So it's just nice to get rid of level 3s, and it doesn't give a particular power here. So even something gigantic like Loosemon, which is technically a level 3, despite being way bigger than an average level 3, even Loosemon's going down here. So this is quite nice. It's not stunning. We've seen a bunch of Armor Release Digimon that actually have a Digivolution skill. So you essentially Armor Release, you delete the level 4, but you keep the level 3. But then you Digivolve up and get it again. That's not the case here. But you can still Digivolve up and delete level 3s as you attack. And, you know, it's quite nice. Plus, it's got Armor Release. And Armor Release seems nuts. As always, it remains to be seen how people are going to play it and blah, blah, blah. But as it stands at the moment, it seems like having this skill that can stop you being deleted is an absolute ridiculous thing. And I do think these Armor Release Digimon are going to see quite a bunch of play and quite a bunch of success as we go through. Could be wrong, but that is a prediction I'm willing to make. And unfortunately, as much as I've got one dual color Digimon to show you to finish out the video, unfortunately, it's not part red. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. What we've got here is Hookmon, and this is a blue-black Digimon. I believe the first blue-black Digimon we've seen so far. Correct me, as always, in the comment section if I'm wrong. And I am fairly certain the first Hookmon we've seen as well. So, a bunch of firsts, but do we actually care? Well, what we've got here is a 5 cost to play, 2 cost to Digivolve, 5,000 power, on the higher end of cost and power for a level 4. But when you are attacking, you trash the bottom Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. And that's fine. But honestly, you know, it's a blue skill, right? We see this, I do really appreciate this on dual color Digimon. They tend to be more one color than the other, and so they actually put it. So Hookmon is clearly more blue than black, so it's blue on the left, black on the right. That amuses me. The fact of the matter is, if you want to trash Digivolution cards, we've got other options. The Akakumon from BT2. Now, interestingly enough, Akakumon trash is the top Digivolution card, whereas Hookmon trash is the bottom. If that makes any real kind of difference to you, which obviously it does. So, I suppose that's slightly different. We've got the Angemon from BT3, which trashes their bottom Digivolution source. And we've got the Mojimon from BT6 that trashes the bottom card of one of your opponent's Digimon when you are attacking. So it's not like we've never seen this before. The Gargamon from Starter Deck 2 trashes the bottom Digivolution card from one of your opponent's Digimon. So my point here is, this is not a unique skill. This is not something we've never seen before in blue. We've actually seen it a bunch before in blue. So we end up, and I've said this about a few dual-colour Digimon, and I rather suspect I'm going to be saying it about a bunch more before we're done here. This is a dual-colour Digimon. And the reason you play this is because it is a dual-colour Digimon. And that's it. If you ignore the fact that it's a dual-colour Digimon, it's not really worth playing. It's not good enough to play unless you're playing it to be a dual-colour Digimon. And if you are, that's brilliant. And that is a wonderful thing and all of that. But if you're not playing it to be a dual-colour Digimon, we've got other options. If you want the dual-colour Digimon, and it is both black and blue, and it can Digimon from either black or blue, and that really is the hook here. But the fact of the matter is, it's about all the card has got. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the new Digimon cards, and now it's over to you guys. Are any of these four particularly exciting to you? Is there anything here you think are very exciting? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon cards and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.